Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua today delivered devastating news to Babu Owino, which is going to form the basis of this analysis. But first of all, there's this part of that statement which has really annoyed Raila Odinga supporters. I want you to listen to that part and then give me your opinion. But in this video, I want us to focus on the news, very bad news, which Rigathi delivered to Babu Owino.
Na nyinyi mnasema ati mimi sijui maandamano. Ni kweli mimi sijui. Mimi msinipimie umaarufu kwa mambo ya maandamano. Mimi ni mtu ya kujenga manyumba, sio ya kubomoa. Mimi ni mfanyabiashara. Mimi kazi yangu ni kukuza biashara ambayo na kuharibu biashara. Mimi ni mtu ya kutafuta amani, hapana mtu ya kutafuta fujo. Kwa hivyo hiyo maneno mnanipimia ilikuwa ya Raila ya fujo na kuharibu mali na kufanya watu wauawe, mimi siko hapo. Mimi I have my strength. Na William Ruto anajua my strength. Strength ya Rigathi Gachagua is political mobilization to make somebody to be elected the president of Kenya. That is my strength. Mimi nilimobilize watu 2007. Mwai Kibaki akachaguliwa tena kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mimi nilimobilize wa Kenya 2013. Uhuru Kenyatta akakuwa president wa Kenya. Mimi ni mobilize wa Kenya 2017. Uhuru Kenyatta akarudi kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mimi ni mobilize wafuasi wangu na wa Kenya. William Ruto akakuwa president 2022. That is my strength. Na ukitaka kunipimia nguvu ni hapo. Sasa kazi iko mbele yangu ni hiyo ya political mobilization. The work I'm doing now is to mobilize Kenyans to make sure William Ruto is one term. Ile kazi mimi nafanya ni mimi mwenyewe kujitafutia kura ni kuwe rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
What's your take on that statement by Rigathi Gachagua? Now back to our subject for today. If elections were held in Nairobi today, who would you vote for as the next governor for Nairobi? Let me give you options to pick from. Would you vote for Babu Owino? Would you vote for James Gakuya? Would you vote for the current governor, Johnson Sakaja? Or would you vote for Honorable Karauri, sportsperson? Who do you vote for? I'm 100% sure that the votes here is going to go in favor of Babu Owino. But Rigathi Gachagua today told Babu Owino that there is no way he's going to allow any other person to win in Nairobi.
So ODM hakuna kiti watapata hata moja Nairobi. Tumejipanga vizuri. Na watu ya Nairobi msikuwe na wasiwasi. DCP itakuwa na candidate wa kiti cha governor. And with our numbers, tukisaidiana with my colleagues in the United Alternative Government, DCP will win kiti ya governor Nairobi. Na huyu Sakaja lazima aende nyumbani wakiwa na William Ruto. Katika viti 17.
For you to understand Rigathi Gachagua's statement, we need to go back and figure out the composition of the people he met today. According to Rigathi Gachagua's own post, these are MCS aspirants. Then they were led by Major Donk and James Gakuya. James Gakuya is Rigathi Gachagua's preferred gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi. And it's not the first time Rigathi Gachagua is telling Babu Owino, Babu Owino that DCP is going to win Nairobi. And for you to understand Rigathi Gachagua's seriousness, you need to go back to Mombasa. In Mombasa, Mohamed Ijopebu was supposed to contest on DCP. But DCP is not very popular down there. So what has he done? In exchange for Nairobi, he has advised Ijopebu to run under Wiper. And then he expects Wiper to support him in Nairobi. Then after that, he's also going to support Kalonzo for the presidency. Remember, Rigathi has the numbers, so which means Kalonzo is already playing balls. So what next for Babu Owino? Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into those, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that DCP will have majority seats in Nairobi. But I want to dispute a few things before we get into this Babu Owino. Rigathi Gachagua is making it very clear that he's going to lock ODM out of Nairobi. I've gone through the IBC figures. Raila Odinga used to win in Nairobi. In 2017, despite rigging, Raila Odinga got over 828,000 votes. Uhuru Kenyatta had 791. In the last election, Raila Odinga also defeated William Ruto in Nairobi, which means Raila Odinga knew the formula. And with the death of Raila Odinga, a lot of things are going to change. Raila Odinga's formula for Nairobi has always been Western Alliance. Forget about Wiper. Western Alliance. Because even when he contested against Kalonzo and Kibaki, still he performed very well in Nairobi. In fact, I think he even won in 2007 in Nairobi. So, with the death of Raila Odinga, now we have the Luhya Nation pulling that direction, the Kisi pulling that direction, and then the Luos, and of course the traditional Raila Odinga support base, which is the coast, are somewhere there. So mathematically, it's going to be very difficult for ODM to win seats in Nairobi. And that's what Rigathi Gachagua is saying, because he knows that if he has Kalonzo and the Kikuyus in his pocket, he will seal it. Babu Owino is going to run for the Nairobi seat. But where will he get the votes? Which now brings us to his options. Number one, Babu Owino should now consider running as an independent candidate. Why am I saying independent candidate? If you were to run under, for example, Linda Wananchi, that's not going to help him, because it would only help him if Linda Wananchi is working very closely with the united opposition, and then Rigathi Gachagua withdraws his candidate. So for Nairobi, I don't think that's going to work. So he can run as independent candidate so that he can get his votes as Babu Owino. But if he were to join a party, it's going to be very difficult. That's the advantage of running as independent, so that while watu wa ODM can vote for him, watu wa Wiper can vote for the Kalonzo, vote for him. Watu wa Jubilee can vote for Matiang'i, but governor, they vote for Babu Owino. So that is the first option for him. And for me, it's the best. But I remember, if you were to run alone, then it's going to be a lone ranger, which always has disadvantage. Number two, Babu Owino can decide to just declare that he's joining DCP. And then he's subjected to nominations with Gakuya under DCP. Then he can win. I'm sure Babu can easily win against Gakuya in nominations. Then he prays that Rigathi Gachagua will not consider their person. Then Rigathi decides to give him the ticket. If Babu Owino were to get DCP ticket, governor direct by Sambile. So that's another very good option for him. But it has its repercussions, which I think outweighs the benefits. Number three, I think Babu can figure out and go back to ODM. Why ODM? ODM as a party has structures. You can dismiss ODM the way you want, but it has structures. ODM is losing the ground because Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, and Orengo are leaving. If they were to come back, that fire will be back on ODM. Remember, the advantage of returning to ODM is that already he knows how ODM operates. He's been a part of it. But is it a good option for him? Might not be, because of the political interest in 2027. The Kisii region will rally around Kalonzo. Matiang'i. Campus would prefer a situation where they vote for Babu in Nairobi only if he's supporting Kalonzo Musyoka. The reason why Babu did not vote for the impeachment of Rigathi is because he understands the dynamics in Nairobi. So returning to ODM might not be the best. But if Gakoya is being sponsored, then he has no option. In the hope that ODM now can view him as one of their own, he can have those Gen Z supporters. And importantly, which I think my fourth point, he can join Wiper. But there's a challenge in Wiper. And the challenge is, Kalonzo is going to run for the presidency. For him to have a realistic chance, he must win the support of the mountain. The person with the key to the mountain is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. As of today, Rigathi Gachagua is telling everybody that DCP must win Nairobi. So again, even if we are to join Wiper, for Nairobi, Rigathi will tell Kalonzo, Nairobi ni DCP. So Kalonzo will definitely go with Rigathi. And of course, he can decide to run under Linda Wananchi. I'm not so sure whether Linda Wananchi will convert into a party. But of course, I know that Linda Wananchi is going to split into several pieces. But as at now, that's another good option for him. So that Sifuna is there to support him and all these other Linda Wananchi grounds. Linda Wananchi group. The only worry, the other side. I don't know what you think. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.